What's up guys, good evening and welcome to Roma Theory, Roma 2, Midtjylland 1, our first Europa League home game victory. It feels like a very weird statement, but it's the truth. Massive win. I said this in the match preview. This game had a lot of insidious elements about it. The fact that we've got one of the biggest games that we've played over the last 10 years on Sunday made this game complicated psychologically. Because I think there was an evident lack of concentration in this game amongst some players. I think some players showed it more clearly than others. I look at Wesley, I think he had a stinker today, but I'll speak about players in a second. Other than that, look, result is what needed to happen. Performance, I knew that it was not going to be easy. I think they were nothing special. I mean, how on earth is Midtjylland first in the Europa League table? I give credit to them, but it just shows you, I said this previously, it really just shows you that the level of the Europa League this season is not the highest, and that if you concentrate, you can go far. Again, there are teams that can win it, not just you, but you can definitely qualify in this top 8. Had you won that Lille game, or that Victoria Posen game, it would have been even easier. But I think with a win today, you're on a good path of qualifying in the top 8. Of course, we're currently 11th. A lot of teams need to play. So we will probably fall back down by tonight. But look, I mean, everyone's there. Everyone has like a difference of 1 point amongst each other. So I think the chances that we get top 8 are pretty high. But we do need to keep winning our 3 remaining games, which are Celtic away, Stuttgart at home, and Panathinaikos away. But yeah, let's speak about this game. I actually have, surprisingly, a lot of things to say about this one, because it was a game that a lot of us overlooked. Underlooked, I meant, because we have that Napoli game, which is fixed in our brain. And playing this game on Thursday, I gave the comparison to Stranger Things analogy in the match preview. If you watched it, you will know what I'm speaking about. You know, due to the fact that Stranger Things came out yesterday. I'm like, this game is an upside down game. Because this game, on paper, can be easy. But trust me, a lot of components of this game are going to make it complicated. Because the focus will be on that Napoli game. Because at the end of the day, Kone got dragged off of this game because of an injury, and we'll speak about that as well. I don't know. I feel like we had to keep our feet on the ground during this one, and I'm happy that we did, because I think any other season, this is the classic game that Roma would have completely underlooked and slipped. Thank God we have a manager who hates rotating, because the starting formation that he picked today clearly and evidently shows to you that this manager doesn't want to hear about resting players. The rest that the players need to acquire comes from when they rest at home, not during games. Every game is to be played. Every game is to be played with the best 11. This is not a manager which likes rotating. So I just feel like this is another thing that Gasperini brought. One of the things that Gasperini brought is avoiding lacks of concentration, avoiding showing to your opponents that you don't care about this game. Because I think Dybala would have never started otherwise. Kone would have probably never started otherwise. No, I completely agree with him. In November, you cannot scrap away tournaments just because you're leading in the Serie A. It means nothing. Even in May, I'm not a fan of scrapping tournaments away. I can understand if you feel like you can go the whole way in the league and miraculously win it, and therefore you need to acquire more energy because your squad depth isn't amazing. Okay, but these are not discussions and conversations that you make in November. They're simply not. So every game in every front needs to be played. Players don't even want to hear about being tired, because for Gasperini, there's no such thing as tiredness. The starting 11 surprised me. 2 players surprised me. Dybala starting and Gilardi starting, which I think played a very, very good game today. He played a very good game when it comes to defending, when it came to intercepting. I think he made a few mistakes when it comes to some passes, some easy passes that he misinterpreted. But he was better. Like every time he made a mistake, he recovered from it. And that's a good mentality. I think Gilardi played well. He got preferred to Ziolkowski. And I wasn't expecting Dybala to start. I didn't think that Dybala had 70 minutes in his legs. This is where, however, I will open the first focus on this match reaction. I am still not a fan of Dybala and Soule together. Guys, I'm sorry, I don't want to be repetitive. I say this every time they play together. But I just don't like Dybala and Soule together. I don't. I don't see a special thing in it. I really don't. I don't see the incredible bond and chemistry that everyone describes when they see Soule and Dybala together. I don't see it. Maybe it's me, and I apologize if it's just me, but I still feel like Dybala and Soule together are not effective. And I think starting both of them limits the efficiency of the entire team. Because today you won. Today you suffered. And, you know, a good team also win games by suffering. You don't always win like you won against Cremonese. A good team who's living a good moment wins these games like this. Suffering, knowing how to suffer, knowing how to handle moments in a game. So absolutely, the win was the number one thing, probably the only thing that counted today. But the performance wasn't amazing. Like, the performance was very up and down from a lot of players. I think overall, we've seen way better this season. I think overall, the fact that we played Napoli, the fact that Kone got injured after 20 minutes, mix all of these ingredients in the saucepan. I think you won, but it wasn't an amazing game. It wasn't an amazing performance. But I don't think it's a coincidence that every time Dybala and Soule play together, the team is less effective. I think there's something about it. Maybe don't take this game as the perfect example for it, because everyone today, apart from AYNAOUI and Gilardi, in my opinion, was a bit up and down. They played a lot with moments. But Dybala and Soule together, in my opinion, give nothing, apart from a good connection between the two in the final third. And you know another thing that I'll say? I don't remember many games where when Dybala and Soule started together, Dybala or Soule scored a goal. Because I still think, even if Dybala plays as a false nine, Dybala likes playing as a false nine, but starting from Soule's side and then centering himself. And in that movement of going in, they step on each other's feet. So that's my thing. Again, we've got a massive game on Sunday. We'll speak about it in a dedicated match preview. Would I start Dybala and Soule together against Napoli? I wouldn't. Either Dybala or either Soule. Because I think together, I'm still not a fan. Maybe it's me, as I repeat, but I'm still not a fan. Also, I just remembered something. Somebody explained to me why on earth this team was so pissed today. I mean, Midtjylland. They were butchers on that pitch today. I mean, at a certain point, they never aimed for the ball and always went for the legs. What the fuck was wrong with them? Like, the referee didn't book so many of their players. And in fouls that were so worthy of a yellow card. I'm looking at that Kone one. I'm not going to say it's a red, but that's an orange. He didn't even give a yellow card. He didn't even book him. Like, what the hell was wrong with Midtjylland today? I mean, chillax. God knows why you're first, mate. Nobody knows why you're first. You're not that good. So, head down and work. Because what was wrong with them today? Like, what, genuinely, I want an answer. Why were they so pissed? Mancini sent that guy a good old kiss towards the end of the game. Rightly so, because there was no need for so much aggression on their behalf. And they injured Kone. And again, I think he'll be fine. Somebody saying in the chat that Biafra just wrote that Kone will be ready for Napoli. The reason I knew that it was not serious is for two reasons. Number one, because he decided to play on for another 15 minutes. If you're very injured and can't run about, you do not stick around for another 15 minutes. And number two, I knew that it was all good. I mean, we have no confirmations. I'm just going with what Dami G96 is writing. I knew that it was all good the second I saw blood on his foot. It's always better when you see blood. Blood is better than bone. 100%. Folks, kids, if you play football, this is a rule. Blood is better than bone. So whenever I saw him bleeding, I was like, thank God. Thank God. Because in these injuries, whenever you don't see bleeding, it's probably worse. I don't want to jinx it. I think that Napoli game, they do have a lot of injuries, but Kone is such an important piece to us that he can change the dynamics of the game. Other than that, I think our defense today was pretty good. Ghilardi, in my opinion, was the best defender today. Very good, as we said before. AYNAOUI is my man of the match. AYNAOUI is my man of the match. I have been seeing and I have noticed a very, very good exponential growth from him. Very. Because I rewatched that Cremonese game after the match reaction, and that pass that AYNAOUI gave to Ferguson for that goal is such an underlooked pass. 99% of players would have shot that. He didn't even stop that ball. First touch, passed it on to Ferguson. It looks like a very easy pass, but it really isn't. So there has been a growth from AYNAOUI, and I think his departure as well as Ndika's for AFCON will weigh a lot. A lot. I'm gonna jinx Morocco and Ivory Coast so much. I apologize if anyone is from Morocco or Ivory Coast. But I think their two departures shift a ton against us. Especially if you don't replace them. A shit ton. It really does. So hopefully they get eliminated soon, but I highly doubt it. Because I think they're two of the best African nations. But yeah, AYNAOUI today, great goal, first of all. Great assist to the assist for that second goal. And just in general, a great sense of positioning from AYNAOUI. I think he's got two big characteristics. Sense of positioning, in fact three. Sense of positioning, intercepting, and running with the ball. He's got a different rhythm whenever he moves with the ball. So I think with more time, he will improve a lot. And it will be better and better and better. I wasn't a fan of AYNAOUI at the beginning because I always said that he was very shy. I'm seeing AYNAOUI now breaking the comfort zone barrier and turning into a very interesting player. Which whenever Kone can't play, or with Kone when he can play, together or not together, will change a lot. So I disagree. Wesley was not solid today. I think Wesley had an absolute stinker today, and every time that they framed Gasperini on the frame of the game, Gasperini was shouting to Wesley like a madman. I don't blame him. Wesley today did more damage than hail on a rainy day. He didn't stop a ball. He didn't pass a ball. He looked confused. And then I think the fact that he switched sides during the game also didn't help him. The goal that they scored is Wesley's fault. He can never cut in the box that easy. And then, of course, the other thing with the goal that they scored is just, I hate the fact that we're conceding these stupid goals. It happened against Cremonese. It happened today. Clean sheets. When you win, if you concede a goal, it's like, who cares? And yes, I agree. But it's a very avoidable goals that you're conceding. Very avoidable. Because apart from that chance, and the crossbar that they hit, which was offside anyways, Midtjylland did nothing. They did nothing in 90 minutes. And with a little lightning bolt in the 90th minute, they reopened the game, and you have to suffer for the remaining 3. So it's always like this. So I hate the fact that it's 2 consecutive games that we're conceding stupid goals. Stupid goals. Looking at the Europa League table, a lot of teams are playing tonight, so it makes no sense to look at it now. But we're currently 12th, technically. 12th would mean playoffs, of course. I think the reason I think you can get in the top 8 is because you can, and because a lot of the teams up front, I'm not sure are going to keep a top 8 position. Like Villa will, Lyon will, Porto probably will, and Lille probably will, even though Lille are currently 9th. But Lille were a good side. Probably also Freiburg. Freiburg wasn't that bad. But Midtjylland, Ferencváros, Braga, Celta Vigo, these teams are not worthy of top 8. And I don't want to disrespect Midtjylland because, just like I always say with us, give us credit if we're first in the league. They deserve credit because they won the first 4 games. But whenever you raise the bar, you know, they did nothing today. And they did nothing in a game that I think we didn't really play that well. So, I mean, I think Midtjylland, Ferencváros, Braga and Celta Vigo, who lost against Ludogorets Razgrad, just to give you an example today, like, it's very doable. Of course, the 2 defeats hurt, especially that Viktor Podsen game. And I mean, the other one also with that 3 penalty disaster class. But, you know, I think these teams will slip down. I mean, just to see who Midtjylland, for example, play next. Midtjylland have Genk at home, Dinamo Zagreb, and I mean, they could do it. I mean, their remaining 3 games aren't that complicated. But yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they slip out of the top 8 all of a sudden. Our 3 remaining games are not the easiest. Because Celtic away, Celtic is not Rangers. I think Celtic are better than Rangers. Number 2, Stuttgart at home is at home, yes. But Stuttgart is a pretty decent team in the Bundesliga, right? They're 5th in the Bundesliga, same points as Borussia Dortmund. So it's not like you've got easy games left. But as I always say, you're better than these teams. So if you use your brain, I reckon you will win them. With Roma, it's always this. Do you use your brain or do you not? I'm seeing a process of maturity. I think that Lille penalty game switched and turned on a maturity alarm in our brains. Because I think from that game, we're taking every game more seriously. We really are. Okay, I'm going to read a few comments and then I will end it. I don't know if Dybala is ready to start for the Napoli game, says Giorgos. Andiamo, Nicolas. Gilardi is the new Calafiori. I mean, early to say, but they might have same characteristics, yes. Pellegrini was fine. Bailey the assist, do you think he can come back to his form? Hopefully. Do you think Chiesa should be an option either for the upcoming window or for the summer one there? Honestly, mate, I really don't care about the transfer session. I keep on saying this because it can't be the priority right now. Would I take Chiesa? I would. Do I think Chiesa is the best option to have? No. How many points do you think Roma end on? We have 9 points now. I reckon you win the Panathinaikos game and go to 12. I reckon you'll get 7 points out of the last 9. If not full wins. But with Roma, you can never go full wins. So I'm going to go 7 out of 9. I see a draw in the remaining 3 and 2 wins. Yeah, Feyenoord are absolutely terrible. How do you lose? I mean, where are Feyenoord? They have to be in that playoff zone, right? It can't be that bad. I mean, the level of some of these teams is ridiculous. 31st. Feyenoord are 31st. They only have 3 points. I really wanted another game against them, but I guess they don't need a game against us to prove their shit. Feels like the only good defenders in the Bundesliga plays for Bayern, so we have a good chance on the offense, maybe. Says Top, you mean for the Stuttgart game? The goals we've conceded are so annoying. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it here. It has to be Stranger Things night, no, so I'm not going to keep it too long for everyone. Enjoy the remaining of the Europa League games if you're going to watch them. Enjoy your Stranger Things finale if you are watching that tonight. I will catch you tomorrow. Moving into what is, I'll repeat it again, the biggest game we've played since Budapest. Bring the fuck on. I'll speak to you soon. Hit the like, subscribe. 150 likes would be great on this one. We keep winning, we keep moving on the league and in the Europa League as well. Simo out.